Ever feel like you need an extra pair of hands to tackle your to-do list?
Oh, tell me about it.
Well, what if you could have a virtual coworker who not only fetches information, but actually takes care of things in the digital world?
You mean like actually get stuff done?
Exactly. That's what we're diving into today. AI agents, the next big thing in AI. They're going to change the way we work. Big time.
It's a huge shift, right? We've gotten used to AI helping us find things, like with search engines or chatbots. But now we're talking about AI that can take action, based on what we tell it to do.
Like a superpowered assistant living right inside your computer.
Exactly.
But how do these AI agents even work? Is it all just code and algorithms? Like something only a tech whiz could understand?
Not at all. Actually, one of the coolest things about AI agents is that they're super user-friendly. You don't have to be a programmer to use them. Just imagine giving instructions to a coworker.
Okay, I can picture that.
You just tell them what you need in plain language. That's how it works with AI agents, too.
So I give the instruction. Then what? How does the AI agent know what to do with it?
Well, think of it as a four-step process. First, you give the instruction. Let's say you need to update a report with the latest sales numbers.
Happens all the time.
Right. So instead of, pulling all that data yourself from different places, you just tell your AI agent, hey, update this report with the latest sales figures from the database and the CRM.
Sounds way easier than what I'm doing now. What happens next?
The AI agent system gets to work. It takes your request and figures out a plan. It decides which sub-agents, with their own special skills are needed to get the job done. It's like a project manager putting together the perfect team for the job.
So the agent system is like the boss delegating tasks to the specialist.
Precisely.
Okay, I'm liking this system already. What's the next step?
This is where it gets really cool. All those sub-agents, they get to work using their knowledge base and all kinds of tools like software, online resources, you name it. They even use other AI models sometimes. And throughout the whole thing, they're constantly communicating and making improvements along the way.
So there's a lot of back and forth.
Exactly. The agent system might even ask you questions, just like a human would, to make sure everything's on track.
Like a built-in quality control system.
You got it. Okay, last step.
Execution. Once the sub-agents have gathered all the info and done their thing, the AI agent presents you with the final product. In our example, that would be the updated client report with all the latest sales figures.
I'm sold. But why are AI agents so valuable? What makes them so different from, regular software?
That's the key question. AI agents are great at tasks that, well, traditional software just isn't equipped for. Stuff that's too variable or too nuanced.
The real world is messy, right? Exactly. Real-world workflows, they don't always follow a set path. Take booking a trip, for instance, a business trip. There are so many things to consider, right? Dates, budget, which airline you prefer, meeting locations, all that.
It's a lot.
It is. Regular software might have trouble with all that complexity, but an AI agent can handle it, no problem.
They're like super flexible coworkers,
Yeah.
able to adapt to anything. What else makes them so special?
Okay, so there are three big things that make AI agents stand out. First, they're amazing at what we call managing multiplicity, meaning they can handle those big multi-step processes, lots of moving parts.
Like juggling a million things at once.
Exactly. Think about loan underwriting. An AI agent could gather all the documents, look at the applicant's finances, figure out the risks. It could even create a preliminary credit report, all while taking into account the unique details of each applicant.
I definitely wouldn't want that job.
Right. But it's perfect for an AI agent. Now, the second strength is their ability to take instructions using natural language.
Meaning you could just talk to them.
Exactly. And this is a big deal because it means anyone can use them. You don't have to know how to code or anything. You just tell the agent what you need, just like you would a real person.
That's incredible. So it's like having a conversation with your computer.
Pretty much. And the third big strength is their ability to work with the tools and systems you already have. They can use your software, search the web, even collaborate with other AI models. Like, imagine your AI agent could access your calendar and your email, your project management software too. It could schedule meetings, send reminders, keep your projects on track, all without you lifting a finger.
I'm seeing the appeal here. But let's be real. There have to be some downsides, right? What about the risks of relying on AI agents?
You're right, we can't ignore that. Like any powerful technology, there are potential risks. We have to think about the possibility of errors and the need for clear accountability. Who's responsible when things go wrong? And of course, the importance of human oversight.
So it's not about just letting the AI run wild.
Right. It's about using AI responsibly and ethically, and making sure we have safeguards in place.
So let's talk about those concerns in detail. So it's kind of like having a safety net. Knowing a human is there to catch any mistakes and make sure things are running smoothly.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it.
But what about when things do go wrong? If an AI agent messes up, who takes the blame?
That's a really important question. And it brings up the whole issue of accountability. We need clear rules, guidelines, protocols, for how these AI agents are used. And who's ultimately responsible for what they do.
So it's not about pointing fingers at the AI.
Right, exactly. It's more about having a system in place, just like we do with human employees, to figure out what went wrong and how to fix it.
A culture of responsibility, I guess you could say, where both humans and AI are held accountable.
Yeah, it's a partnership for sure.
Okay, so we've got responsibility. But what about transparency? Do we know how these AI agents are making their decisions? I mean, how can we trust them if we don't know how their minds work?
That's another crucial point. Transparency is key. If we want to trust these systems and make sure they're being used fairly and ethically, we need to be able to understand their decision-making process.
Like having an audit trail. Being able to trace back the AI steps and see the logic behind its actions. That way we can spot any potential biases or flaws in the system.
Exactly. Transparency helps us make sure that AI agents are working in a way that aligns with our values and that they're not, perpetuating existing inequalities or biases.
It's a relief to hear. Okay, so we've covered the risks and how to address them, but let's flip the script for a minute. Talk about the good stuff. We've mentioned a few examples of how AI agents can be used, like loan underwriting and travel booking. What other areas of our lives could they change?
Oh, the possibilities are huge. Think about healthcare, for example. Imagine AI agents that could analyze medical records or even help with diagnosis. They could personalize treatment plans, all while working alongside doctors and nurses, of course.
Like having a team of virtual medical experts right there at your fingertips. It could totally change how we approach healthcare.
Exactly. And in education, AI agents could completely revolutionize personalized learning. They could provide tailored support and instruction, for students of all ages and abilities. Imagine every student having their own AI tutor, guiding them through their studies and adapting to their individual needs.
That's amazing. It would make quality education so much more accessible for everyone. What other areas could benefit from AI agents?
Well, how about customer service? I mean, we've all been there, right? Stuck navigating those automated phone systems or waiting on hold forever. But with AI agents, you could have instant support 24/7. They could answer questions, solve problems, even anticipate customer needs before they even arise.
It'd be like having an army of super helpful virtual assistants ready to help with any problem. That would definitely make me a happier customer.
I think we can all agree on that. And these are just a few examples, really. The potential uses for AI agents are pretty much endless. They could transform almost every industry you can think of. Finance, healthcare, education, customer service, you name it.
It's an exciting field, that's for sure. And it's clear that AI agents are going to play a big role in our lives in the coming years. But as we embrace this new technology, we have to do it responsibly. Make sure they're used ethically and for the benefit of everyone.
I couldn't agree more. It's a powerful technology with the potential to change the world for the better. But it's up to us to make sure that happens.
So as we wrap up this deep dive into the world of AI agents, I want to highlight a few key takeaways for our listeners.
First of all, AI agents aren't some far-off futuristic thing. They're here now, and they're only getting more advanced, more capable.
And while the potential benefits are huge, we can't forget about the risks. We need to be careful and put safeguards in place to make sure AI agents are used responsibly and ethically.
And finally, the future of AI isn't set in stone. It's up to us, all of us, to decide how this technology develops and to make sure it's used for good.
We have a responsibility, to talk openly and honestly about AI, to consider different viewpoints, to make ethical considerations a priority as we navigate this new frontier.
I completely agree. The future of AI is a collaborative effort. We need to work together to shape a future where AI empowers us, makes our lives better, and helps create a better world for everyone.
It's a pretty big challenge, right? Trying to figure out how to bring these incredibly powerful AI tools into our lives in a way that feels safe and, ethical and beneficial, of course.
It really is a fascinating time to be alive, We're on the verge of this huge technological revolution, and AI agents, they're right at the forefront.
Kind of like the Wild West. but for technology.
Yeah.
All these possibilities, new territories to explore.
I like that analogy. And then just like the pioneers, we need to approach this new frontier with a sense of adventure, but we also have to be careful, responsible.
We can't forget about the potential impact these AI agents could have on society, the economy, even on our own lives. It's not just about the technology itself, it's about how we use it.
Absolutely. It's a powerful tool, and it can be used for good or bad. We have to make sure that AI agents are used in a way that benefits everyone, not just a select few.
We need to think about things like bias, fairness, equity, and what happens to jobs. If AI starts doing tasks that humans used to do.
All really important points. It's not about just accepting the technology as it is. We have to actively shape how it develops, how it's used, to make sure it aligns with our values.
It's about having those tough conversations, asking the hard questions, and working together to create a future where AI helps us, empowers us, improves our lives,
Yeah.
but without compromising our ethics.
Exactly. It's a shared responsibility. We need technologists, policymakers, ethicists, everyone really, to work together.
Okay, so as we wrap up this deep dive into AI agents, I want to leave our listeners with some food for thought, some questions to consider.
Sure. Imagine you could have an AI agent working with you. What would you have it do? What tasks would you delegate? What parts of your work or even your life would you feel comfortable handing over to an AI?
And what worries you? What safeguards would you want to see put in place to make sure those AI agents are being used responsibly and ethically?
These are questions we all need to be thinking about. As AI becomes more and more integrated into our lives, the future of AI isn't set in stone. It's up to us to decide what it looks like.
That's an important reminder. It's not about just watching AI happen. It's about actively shaping it. We have the power to influence how this technology develops and to make sure it's used to benefit all of humanity.
Let's embrace that challenge then. Let's have those conversations. And let's work together to create a future where AI helps us build a better world for everyone.
That's a wrap for this episode of The Deep Dive. We hope this exploration of AI agents has given you some things to think about. Keep learning, keep asking questions, and keep diving deep into the world of knowledge. Until next time.